Haters my witness, they watching my moves like shows they binging. Hey, best keep distance, all of my haters send best of wishes. I get to the bag with the quickness, no I don't need no assistance, no. Yeah, no playing it safe, I said let's get it, you say not today. What can I say, you ain't gon' go for it, get out the way. Yeah, got no time to waste, can't be with me if you're not at my pace. You're not at my level, you're not in my race. One foot on the gas, I'm catching the brakes. Dancing with the devil, there's no recital. I'm killing competition, ain't no revival. I shoot it to kill it, I'm aiming for vitals. I'm showing no mercy when facing my rivals. Snakes in the grass, they getting exposed. I know they be lurking, I'm watching them close. Acting like friends, but really they foes. Saw they be scheming and said adios. Yeah, I gotta get it. By any means. I gotta get it, don't mind it. I gotta get it, don't mind it. I gotta get it, don't mind it.
Hey there, come with me, gotta drum up some explosions. Shake it out, dance on repeat. Running through the streets, now let's set it all in motion. Like a flag, turn up the heat. Everything sounds good. Jump right in, you know you should. Everything sounds good. Let's do it. No more waiting, let's just go. Pumping up your pulse, yeah, I wanna do it all. Let's flip a coin, we're down and then up. Dancing on the walls, yeah, I wanna do it all. Just mess around, I like to keep it intense. Shoot it to the skies and do it again. No more waiting, let's just go. Pumping up your pulse, yeah, I wanna do it all. This is how we roll, if it's hot, we keep it going. Next up, we zigzag the lines. Pictures on my phone, breaking hearts and then we glue them. Drop hits, you know I'll be fine. Everything sounds good. Jump right in, you know you should. Everything sounds good. Let's do it. I wanna do it. I wanna do it all. I wanna do it all. So what you waiting for? Let's break down the door. No, I won't wait no more. Let's do it. No more waiting, let's just go. Pumping up your pulse, yeah, I wanna do it all. Let's flip a coin, we're down and then up. Dancing on the walls, yeah, I wanna do it all. Just mess around, I like to keep it intense. Shoot it to the skies and do it again. No more waiting, let's just go. Pumping up your pulse, yeah, I wanna do it all. Shout it out, bring it out. Don't doubt, feels good, let's go. Shout it out, bring it out. Don't doubt, feels good, let's go. Shout it out, bring it out. Don't doubt, feels good, let's go.
Here we go again. It's time for the FIFA E World Cup featuring eFootball Console Grand Final. After 12 brutal games, only one match stands in the way of going home with the title of World Champion next to your name. Will it be Poland or will it be Italy? We will have our answer at the end of play today. It's an all-European grand final affair, and one we cannot wait for. And I say we because I'm pleased to welcome back once again my three stunning gentlemen next to me. Chris Dunn, Stuart Weston, Harry Channon. Welcome back, guys. How are you doing?
Really, really well. I'm really excited for a console grand final. European grand final. Haven't had this one in a little bit, so yeah, it should be really interesting.
I was a little bit miffed. You didn't say I looked great as well, but we'll leave that.
That was a given. That was a given. Come on.
Thank you. Right, Wes, how are you doing? Good to have you here.
Yeah, I'm feeling very good. Pumped up for what is going to be a brilliant console final between these two. Probably two nations we didn't expect to be here, but it's going to be great fun all the same.
Harry, what an occasion these two nations have ahead of them.
First of all, Rach, let me say you look lovely.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I'm waiting for.
It's some occasion here. As you said, it's a European final, an all-European affair. I think a lot of us have been waiting for a long time for the eFootball console European re-emergence. It used to be we were in almost every single final over the last couple of years. Things have fallen off, but here we are on the biggest stage of them all. One European nation has to win it.
Tell me about that then. Did you not expect it to be an all-European affair? I've mentioned it is Poland and Italy.
Yeah, I think out of the two, I think Italy, I would certainly be looking to be making that final, but I think Poland emerging in the way they did, I think it kind of took a little bit everybody by surprise, just a touch that Poland made it through.
You just touched on it. Do you think the ecosystem is changing now? It's a new wave coming through, Harry.
Potentially, yes, potentially. I mean, we've seen Southeast Asia, South America. These America's players, they're so skillful, but realistically, the skills on the pitch, if they don't translate into results, they won't make it here. So there could be, you know, potentially a new wave, and obviously, as we'll get a chance a bit later on to deep dive into the players, could be a new wave coming on one side of the stage.
Chris, just how big a deal is this event? Tell people what this will mean if you walk away as a world champion at the end of today.
It doesn't just mean it for any football perspective. It means something prospectively for these players, a moment of pride to represent their country. I think, you know, I kind of talked about in the mobile show, to see how much it means to these guys, not just playing for themselves. They're playing for their whole nation, and a lot of them take it as seriously as they absolutely should. It's a really emotional occasion for them.
Yeah, if you are just joining us, we've already played mobile. That was a few hours ago now, and Thailand came out victorious in this one. So console had to sit and wait and watch and get a bit stressed out. Will that have affected any of them?
Yeah, I think it certainly can have a moment where you're kind of waiting around all day. And okay, I just want to get on the console now. I just want to get out there and perform. And you can certainly get a little bit of anxiety if you're just waiting around a little bit too long.
Would you have watched? Would you have come to the arena, or would you have stayed back at the hotel just trying to go through your normal routine?
Well, Wes and I had the opportunity, obviously, to commentate the final earlier on today. From our bird's nest and bird's eye perspective, I could actually see the two Italians. I could see Eterito and I could see Naples. They weren't on the floor. They weren't getting quite the full feel of the arena, but they were on the second tier, just soaking in some of the atmosphere. So me, myself, I would just treat it like any other game day. They say nothing new on game day. So if you do anything different today, you're probably going to curse yourself.
But that is clever, immersing yourselves
100%.
in the situation here. And actually, I'm looking behind me. You guys, I don't think can see, but all four of our players, both of our nations, are behind us now, maybe just kind of setting up what they need to for when the time is now.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there in the sense of that getting here and just kind of I don't want to say, I'm trying to think of the correct word, drowning yourself in it to a certain degree. You want to be here, you want to get a little bit wet with this atmosphere, just keep in and around it, get kind of used to it a little bit, be here for the first game, to get used to kind of what you're going to get to see when you play your game as well. So, no, they should be well accustomed to it, Beth.
Which nation, Poland or Italy, are most accustomed to the big stage environment?
I think you have to look at it being Italy. We've waxed lyrical at length during the course of this tournament about their individual accolades, but you feel as though that with that big match experience, it's almost like an additional goal for you having that experience. So I think they've been a little bit more used to this type of atmosphere.
Who's more comfortable in the environment though? Because on mobile we said, it's got to be Brazil. They love all this excitement and fanfare. And actually it was Thailand, softly spoken Thailand, who came out on top and used it to their advantage.
Yeah, the four players down there on the stage, Rachel, seem to be pretty locked in, just honing in their tactics. The two coaches, on the other hand, I'm seeing Venom for Italy and RDK on the side of Poland. geeing up the crowd. They're getting the crowd involved. And I think that's going to be a big, big element of this final. You want to have the crowd on your side, and it can act at times as a 12th man on the virtual pitch.
I mean, I don't know these players personally, but I expect Eterito to be the most comfortable. He's the most charismatic, I would say, of the players out there. And that's possibly why he was crowned Axe Player of the Day from yesterday. I think the fans absolutely love him, don't they?
He's an incredible player. I mean, we're going to chat about his history, which is long. I'm not sure the pre-show will actually last long enough, to be honest with you. But I mean, this guy, and he's really grown just as a man as well. You see him in these conversations. He holds himself so well and loves representing his country, and how good he's been during this event as well. It's not really that much of a surprise, though, to be honest with you.
No, obviously it's his first time being here, though. We didn't see him here last year, and there have been so many whispers about him being the one to watch, and so far he has lived up to those whispers.
Yeah, he's lived up to the expectations that I think the name that Eterito, if you mention it in any circle of eFootball, in any corner of the globe, it's with reverence to his accomplishments and to his qualities and to his experience. He certainly just ingratiated himself into this environment. And it's took a little bit of the heat off of Naples as well.
What is the depth like at the moment in Italian kind of e-football? Do they have a lot of players that could have challenged Eterito for a spot, or Naples?
Absolutely, they do. I mean, just thinking back to 2020 when they won the European Championships, Eterito wasn't even in the squad. It was Naples and his teammates. So yeah, there's definitely the depth there in Italy. We've had Italian champions before, and we'll no doubt have them again at some point, whether it's today or in the future. Italian e-football is very strong.
Let's compare that to Poland. What's the scene like in Poland? I should say /Scotland right now, because these two are Polish, but via Scotland. Again, is there depth over there, Wes?
There is. Back when I used to compete, definitely not at this level, but at this level.
Hang on. Don't do yourself a disservice. Tell everybody what you achieved back in the day before we get into that.
Okay, once upon a time I was a UK champion in 2019. There I said it. There I said it. No,
it's like having Abdul Aziz on again, really, isn't it?
Well, that's where Osterbuch came to prominence. On the other half of it, back when it was in a different format, you'd have two different national champions. He was the national champion of the UK, obviously being from Scotland, but in terms of Poland as an actual nations themselves, they do have a bit of a depth chart, but these two are head and shoulders above everybody.
Yeah, and we'll see just how good the two brothers can be a little bit later on. We are about 15-20 minutes away from our grand final. In the meantime, should we go and check in on our reporter CJ and see what he's up to? I never know. Where are you, CJ?
I found myself outside of the arena ahead of the grand finals here at the FIFA E-World Cup. The eFootball console action is moments away. The players are taking to their setups. The fans are piling in as well. It's loud in there, and I'm liking the sound of it. I know you guys on the desk have a decent view from up top, but I'm going to try and get the best seat in the house. So without further ado, I better go take my seat.
I thought for a moment there he was going to have access denied and not be allowed into the arena. That would have been more fun. Someone should have figured that one out. Don't tell him, but we can do it for Rocket League next week. He does get around, doesn't he, CJ?
Well, it's nice to see him actually do something. Honestly, he was quite quiet over the first couple of days, and now he's just going to sit and watch the game whilst we're working. Okay,
I know.
Really.
I know. He has an easy ride. I don't know if his
it's behind
his
you.
his picture. I don't know if you can see this, but our picture.
Oh, yes, he
you
is.
actually can't really see it here. Our Panini sticker cards are up around here as well. And actually, while we're talking about that, I'll just mention that. Someone want to get me on down?
Go on, Harry.
Don't get my miserable one.
We can grab one. You can say.
Okay.
You can tell.
Well,
Grab a card. Grab a card. Any card. We have
who should we go for? Ton, no. Cole, no. Olia, probably not. Let's go
Well,
for
sticking
Wesley.
them. Let's go for that.
Wesley, come on.
It is. Of
You
course it
can
is.
get your own Panini cards if you
are
signed up and registered to watch on FIFA.gg. Obviously, you can't get a beautiful card of Stuart Wesley here, but you can get actual real-life players from the game, from the beautiful game, and you can collect as many as you want. If you watch for an hour, you get 5, and it's like having the old school sticker book when you're at a World Cup. You fill them out with the different players. You can do it virtually by just watching us, and it continues for the rest of today as well. So jump on over. You can see it there, FIFA.gg. That's not the only prize. There is a massive prize as well. We are giving away 2 tickets to next year's World Cup finals. That is a money cannot buy prize. I would love to win that one. So all we have to do is sign up and watch the finals. Good luck. Okay, righty. Shall we get into the bracket and see just how far and what it took to get here for our 2 finalists? Right, Italy, top of the table over there. They took on Mexico. You can see it went to golden goal there. Then they took on Indonesia. If you go a little bit further down to the 3rd quarterfinal, Poland took on Turkey. It also went to golden goal. And then they took on the local squad, Saudi Arabia. Chris, who had the most impressive knockout run?
To be honest, I think if you look at Italy, they were in a real shark tank up on the top side. Poland, I don't want to say they got a fortunate job by any sense because they had to beat some very good teams, but when you look at that top side of the bracket, we're told Brazil, Indonesia, Italy, Mexico to a certain extent. You thought if anyone come from that top side of the bracket, for me, always had more likely of a chance to go on to win it. So I would say Italy really had to go through the gauntlet. That's a really, really big run for some very good teams.
In terms of Poland, Wes?
Yeah, I mean, Turkey are an incredibly hard nation to come past. The fact that Poland had to come back from off the canvas in that game 1, they were 1-0 down, got it back to 2-1, then managed to get themselves that golden goal, then getting into the host Saudi Arabia. As Chris rightly said, top bracket certainly had a lot to talk about, former finalists, etc., etc. But Poland haven't exactly had an easy run to this, of course.
No.
Both table toppers as well, I might add, in their respective groups. So we've actually got the best 2 nations over the last 4 days battling it out in this grand final, which is exactly what we wanted. And what are they battling it out for? Well, I know you always like to know how much they're going to win, and this is it. $30,000 goes to the champion. The runners-up go home with $18,000. It's a $12,000 deficit, which is a big matchup.
It's a big chunk of change, isn't it?
Change?
A chunk of
God,
change,
your bank account must look pretty nice.
Well, yeah, but yeah, no, but for both these players specifically, I think coming into the share of $30,000 each would be a massive, massive. I'm wondering how the brothers are going to share it, actually. Like 50-50, or we like, we split it, whoever scores more goals, etc., etc.
It's got to be 50-50, isn't it?
Does the coach get anything?
Oh, you'd like to think so, wouldn't you? Yeah, that's a good point. Split it 3 ways evenly.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know if
We need to get someone to answer that for us. How does the money get split? Because there are technically 3 people in the team. And talking of 3 people, we have another 3 people in our team as well. Should we meet them? They are our casters for this grand final. Abdulaziz, Alia Harvey and Cole.
Hi.
Welcome, the 3 of you. Looks nice and toasty in there. How are you feeling?
It's pretty warm in here, yeah, and I think it's only going to heat up more as the match goes on. I'm really excited to be casting this with you two. I mean, it's eFootball, it's console. What are you looking forward to, Alia?
It's our first tri-cast of the entire tournament as well, which is really nice. I'm doing it with 2 of the most lovely gentlemen in our entire team, so I'm really excited.
Oh yes, I really can't wait for the final to begin. And I'm also really happy to be with you again, Cole, and of course with Alia, here commentating and describing to those who are watching us for the final game. And let's see who will lift the trophy.
Cole, how are you feeling next to a world champion, a Commonwealth medalist?
I feel severely underpowered right now. I'll just say words. I'll open my mouth and stuff will come out. That normally
Just look
seems to be
good.
the trick. Thank you. Oh, I'll try.
Have you guys already started having predictions? Because it's got to be split in there because there's 3 of you.
I mean,
that's
I've
really
personally
tough.
gone for Poland. They won all their matches on day 2, won the quarters, won the semi-final. So essentially, they're on a 7-win streak at the moment.
Oh wow, fair enough. But for me, I think I will go with Italy this time because they have the prestige, they have the world champion El Torito. And maybe, who will you go with, Cole?
Abdulaziz in Italy. Sorry, they're going to have too much for me, but we can only sit back and see.
World champion has to back a world champion, right? Guys, we'll see you a bit later. Enjoy this one. Okay, well, I can hear it building on the floor. It is very busy down there. We have a full house in terms of audience, so I think it's time to meet our grand finalists from Italy and Poland. It is time for the eFootball console grand final.
finalists, Italy and Poland! Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you're able to for the national anthem of Italy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please stay up, if you're able to, for the national anthem of Poland. It's now time for the FIFA E World Cup 25 featuring eFootball console. It's the grand final. Get ready. It's Italy and Poland.
It is indeed, and it's great, isn't it, to see those scenes there. It just feels like a real-life World Cup as well, and that's exactly what we wanted to feel like. The tension is rising, Wes.
Yeah, it really is. You can just feel it's palpable when the anthems are going. Even as a neutral, you can kind of feel the goosebumps and the hair stand on end. It's crazy.
The pride both nations must be feeling, and all four players must be feeling out there.
I think it must be so when you hear those national anthems, right? You're standing there a lot of them hands over their hearts, very much proud to represent their country. And you can see obviously the huddles and everything as well, everyone really geeing themselves up for this one and what should be an absolute banger of a game.
Possibly a once-in-a-lifetime occasion to be in front of a crowd like this on one of the greatest stages, you know, representing your country.
Of course, you're always going to back yourself to get back to this kind of stage again in the future, but the reality is so many things can go wrong on your way to get here. So it's important, once you're here, you take that opportunity with both hands. And I think Chris is right. As soon as you hear that national anthem, it becomes so real and so evident to everyone around the world who you are doing this for.
Can we talk about the history between both these two nations in terms of e-football, Wes?
Yeah, I mean, they've, you know, as players and as nations, they've often kind of clashed. They always seem to meet themselves in kind of quarterfinals, semi-finals of kind of major tournaments. You tend to find that they've played a lot of domestic e-football where they represent clubs and they've often gone at one another, and, you know, sometimes even teammates have been against each other.
This is clever. The Polish team here trying to get the Saudi locals on side, backing them in the arena.
I tell you what, they're creating an absolute racket out there, and I mean, but that's what you want. You want your coach to be everything you need to be, whether it's the voice in the ear or your most vocal cheerleader. Yeah. That's what you need to be.
One of the best people to have behind you, RDK. I mean, 38 years old, you'd never know it looking at how energized he is there behind his voice.
Can I just say how amazing it was as well that the stage rises up and it puts them even more on a pedestal than they already are, Chris?
Yeah, and it puts them on a pedestal and gives them that representation that they absolutely deserve, the recognition, I should say, sorry, but it also puts you in that cauldron. It puts you right in the middle of absolutely everybody in this room, from the VIPs to us to the people on the floor. Everyone is surrounding you, watching you, every single one of your moves.
What's exciting about this grand final is that we are yet to see these two nations go up against each other this tournament.
Yeah, and that's the intrigue bit, is that, as you quite rightly said, both teams topped their respective groups going on day one and day two. And now it's going to be a case of who comes out on top, because they've both been front runners throughout this entire tournament.
Should we just be taken through Italy, just their group stages? Can we just go back to a couple of days ago now and how you feel they performed to get here?
Performed very, very well. I think, you know, they've done exactly what they need to do when it goes to the group stages. It was realistically a fantastic performance all the way through, but they really did surprise us just a little bit with how they managed to just be as convincing as they were. They haven't scored a great deal of goals of Italy, but for the most part, they've just edged out their results. Of course, when we did